Welcome to Uncompromised, the podcast where we talk about regenerative agriculture, the economics of farming, and how we can uncompromise the industry and the food that we eat. You okay, Kevin?
The wrong tube as soon as you started going. I was trying to force it.
While Kevin drinks his A&W and coughs it back up.
Oh, God.
Today we're going to get into what happened on the farm this past week, and we're going to talk about a couple of updates or pivots that we've had to make. But before we do that, consider liking this video and subscribing to this channel. We're on a mission to restore the soil on our Ohio Christmas tree farm by transitioning to fully regenerative farming practices. We're also bringing chestnuts back to Ohio. But is any of this possible? Do you want to find out? Because if so, I think you're in the right place. So get subscribed, learn with us, and let's talk about the next generation of farmers in America. So with that, I am your host, Kyle, and I'm here with Kevin Molinex, who is a partner in the business and a longtime family friend. We are missing my dad, Scott, who's usually here. He has some other impressive obligation to attend to today. I'm not sure what it was. It was graduation. Last week it was a wedding. He's a busy guy.
Yeah.
Kevin, how's your A&W that you were coughing up while I was trying to do the intro?
It's still messing with me. Yeah, loving it right now. I don't know what happened, but between your blunder on that opener and the perfect timing of it going down the wrong pipe, don't know if I want to drink the rest of it. I'm going to, but...
Yeah, well, not a sponsor. So this past week, what did you do? Because I think
Monday was the
I know a
busy
couple
day.
of things that you were doing.
Monday was the busy day. So Monday, your dad, my mom, my daughter Reagan, and I finished pounding in all the stakes, planting the trees, placing the tubes, and then I watered 14 rows of the chestnuts.
Wow.
Tuesday I think we mowed. Wednesday it was just rain. Just over 4 inches of rain.
Yeah.
In 24 hours, so that was a little ridiculous.
Was there any flooding out in that field?
Not out in the field, and even here on the farm in general, it was not as bad as we were expecting it to be. I don't need to drink root beer anymore. Anyways, they shut down almost all the roads around us because the water was flowing over the roads, like to the point where your sister Nicole's here in town. She was at the gym, she was telling me. She had to call your dad and have him walk her through how to get back here because the GPS kept trying to take her down roads that were closed because of flooding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was a good amount of rain in a short period of time, and it all turned into runoff for the most part around us.
Yeah, I had to go to Columbus on Thursday, and I was concerned. So that was the day after the heavy rain, and I was concerned that there was going to be like flooding on my way there, and I wouldn't be able to make it in time. But it turns out like everything was fine, but there was a couple of spots where there was like farmland, and it was just covered. It was just basically like a
nice lake pond.
Yeah.
Yesterday, so field 4-1, 2A, 2B, 3. They still have standing water. They're not flooded, but there's standing water or water just below the surface, so it can't be mowed. Your dad mowed field 6 and all of the service rows. He mowed this field out here earlier the week, but started mowing 5 yesterday, and I ended up bringing my mower over to help out because we're down 2 mowers. So
the other one broke?
The other one broke. So for us, very close to worst case scenario out here. Almost, we're down to 1 mower out of 3 to mow between the trees.
Is he able to get the other ones fixed, or is it still TBD?
They're at John Deere, I believe.
Oh, they're already there?
They should be.
Okay.
Which is a good sign, maybe.
They're probably busy, though.
Probably busy. I don't know what the turnaround's supposed to be on them.
You might have to come fetch my mower then. At my house.
I don't know. Mine did all right. You really start to miss that offset that we talk about. I'm probably able to mow faster, just not
as well
as completely.
Yeah.
Just because he can just snake through all the trees. And
Yeah, so for reference, where he's talking about mowing in between the rows of our Christmas trees and trying to get up and under each one
right.
with the offset deck that we usually have, but we're having to use his, and yours does not have that
Right.
same offset.
I want to say, so what is it? Sorry, Scott. The John Deere 735, and I think it has an 18-inch offset. I think that's what he said last time.
Okay, 16, 18, something like
I
that.
think he said 18. That's what's sticking in my head. Could be wrong. Sorry, Scott, if I am.
Real quick, if you're a coffee drinker and you're looking for a solid brand that supports regenerative farmers, check out 7 Weeks Coffee. It's what we use in our coffee and Chestnut Hut because they're faith-based, they have a great mission, and their Dominican blend is sourced from regenerative farms. They do not sponsor us, but because we use them in our coffee hut, we have an affiliate link that we can share with you guys. So if you use our discount code ADVENT, you'll get 10% off of your order, or use the link that's in the description below. It's a great way to support our channel and our farm. You get a discount on great coffee and we get a kickback, so it's a win-win.
So this time, Chicago. We'll use Chicago as the word. Philadelphia. He picked up on Philadelphia last time, but I don't know what to do with it. Oh, Kip texted me Philadelphia.
Come on. He texted you?
Yeah.
That's funny.
The mowing went well, and then he was out mowing in 4 today after we did Coffee Hut. The Coffee Hut, not after we did Coffee Hut. Caveman speak.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. And then, there was the debacle where there was, we'll just call it miscommunication on Monday with the Coffee Hut and 2 people being told they could use the same location.
Oh, right. Yeah, didn't anything ever come out of that?
Yes.
Well, so what happened
So
on Monday morning?
Which
was Memorial Day.
Right. So there's a new coffee hut in town. Believe your dad said it was a guy from just graduating high school or something along those lines. Just starting out, and when your dad pulled in with the coffee hut, they were starting to set up and everything. Your dad talked to him. They said they had permission, whatnot, and your dad just decided to let it go, come home, and call it a day. We didn't do anything. Come to find out, they had permission, but the manager had also told them that if we are there, that they can set up over in the bowling alley, and we have first priority. So,
okay, I'm not sure they understand how that works, but all right.
Well, may have been an honest misunderstanding. I don't think it was, but
well,
it is what it is. We were able to get all the chestnuts in the ground that day.
Yeah.
And that's the positive out of it. We might have lost some business and revenue, but it allowed us to get a lot of work done in an otherwise busy week. I mean,
yeah, because that was Memorial Day, and the town of West Milton had a parade going on at 11 or 11:30 that day,
Yeah.
and it's hard to say if we would have gotten anything from that, or if it could have been a really good day or just a terrible day, and I guess we won't know.
No,
try again next year, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, the biggest thing that we can focus on there is that it enabled us to get a large amount of work done. It allowed us to make use of my mom's day off.
Put her to work?
Put her to work, and my daughter I was drilling all the holes and my mom was planting them, and then your dad and Reagan were placing tubes. And at the end of it, Reagan was kind enough to let me know that I need to stop being lazy and making my mom do all the work.
Yeah, come on, Kevin.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I didn't realize I was doing nothing. She's like, all you're doing is drilling holes and driving around the side-by-side.
Drilling holes is pretty hard, I learned. It looks easy.
It's more than you expect it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, so how difficult was it? Because sometimes it depends on the ground and how hard and how soft it is.
So if we compare augering holes for Christmas trees to augering holes for chestnuts, it's not a fair conversation at all.
Okay. I'm going to assume that Christmas trees are harder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kicks your butt way more.
A lot more roots, I would imagine.
Yep.
The soil is probably not, the soil is more dense in the Christmas tree fields in some areas.
Right. It is fairly, like, honestly, Reagan could do it out there. I don't know how many she'd be able to do, but she could do 1 or 2 holes by herself. But
Are you
when
using the same auger bit for both Christmas trees and chestnuts?
I want to say, once again, sorry, Scott. I want to say we're using like a 2-inch, I think a 2-inch out for the Christmas trees. We were using a 3-inch out there,
Okay.
I believe. Don't quote me.
Okay.
I'll correct myself in the comments below.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. But
So,
all that went well. You didn't put up the fencing, right? You just put the grow tubes up?
No. So the fencing we gotta wait for. We still have to mulch around all the trees.
Okay.
So once we mulch around all the trees, then we'll go and start. I'm guessing this upcoming week is when we'll start. We'll mulch probably Monday. Also, I'll have to water Monday.
Yeah,
I'm
because
guessing.
these next few, I just saw the forecast, and like the next week is going to be really, really nice. Great weather, but no rain at all.
Yeah,
So
no
you're going to
rain at
have to
all.
be
And
watering those.
I don't think there's any overcast or any like beautiful days for me to be watering.
Are you sick of doing it yet?
No. I mean, like, I sit and listen to audiobooks, and
What are you listening to right now?
right now, the book that your dad recommended, which is The Female Mind. So,
All right.
yeah.
Did you recommend that because of your daughter?
He did. He said this may help you understand her thought process and her mindset as she's coming into her early teen years. And
Well, how far along are you?
I'm past the teenage years.
Oh, so it's like written in chronological order, kind of?
Yeah, so yeah, early on, teen years. It's more graphic than I thought it was gonna be. Like, it goes into a woman's libido and like breaks down the actual parts of the vagina and everything. Like,
Yeah, so it's not too far off from the cattle books you've been reading, I guess.
no, there's talk of they talk about stimulating and stuff like that, and masturbation and dildos, and like it goes into way more detail than I was expecting and or wanted to even think about as we're talking about reading this for my daughter. Like, I was just like, no, don't want to do this right now. But like I said, good book.
Yeah, you can probably power through a good amount of audiobooks while watering.
Especially, so before we did the additional 100, so we're up to 415.
Okay.
It's going to take 4 to 5 hours to water now. So yeah, you can get a good amount of audiobook in there, especially reading at 1.5 speed or 2.
Yeah, that's what I do. Have you started doing that?
I have. I'll read the first chapter, I'll start out like at 1.2, and then I gradually, as I get used to the narrator,
Yeah.
I start increasing.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, because once I understand how they're enunciating words and everything like that, it's a lot easier for me to speed it up and still intake what they're saying.
Yeah, it depends on the book and how like interested I am in it.
Yeah.
That dictates whether or not I like speed it up or not.
So that being said, I don't think I could listen to like Alan Savory at 1.5.
I had to just to get through it because it was so dense. But if I went back and read it again, and I need to absorb more information, I would have to.
That's what I'm saying. There's
regularly,
no way I'd be able to absorb anything at 1.5.
Yeah. Which, speaking of that one, I am going to have to go back and reread that one soon.
Hi, Jolly.
And I'm not looking forward to it.
I mean, it's a lot of good information. It's just a lot of information.
There's a lot of parts too where I guess he was recording outdoors or something because you can hear like birds and stuff, and it's just the quality is so bad it's almost inaudible at times.
Right, which is kind of our current conundrum where we don't have background noise, but wish you had background noise because the peacock's in the barn now, and
it's actually quite
right now it's
loud in here sometimes. Not yeah. Right now it's quiet, but I know last week it was really loud because we had the bats and the rafters that were
Yeah.
making noises, and then there were donkeys and stuff. But
Yeah, everyone was just in here being
the mics don't really pick it up.
chatterbots.
So, anyways, while you were out there in field 7, did you notice any new growth with the cover crop at all?
A little bit.
I know it's probably too soon to tell, but
So when I water Monday is when I expect to start seeing some growth, like especially because we just had the 4 inches of rain and everything like that. There should be some pretty good growth out there.
yeah,
I would suspect.
the timing of that rain was pretty good since you guys wrapped up the chestnuts and
It's perfect.
you mowed that field. And
Oh, such good timing. That, I mean, we just come off a few days of rain. So grateful that we've had it, and hopefully it continues throughout the summer. I've seen a few things that are saying that there's a good chance that July, August, and September are supposed to be pretty dry.
not really.
Yeah.
I wonder how accurate those
Those
forecasts tend to be. I
don't
think
know.
they're completely.
Well, we're supposed to also be having a super El Nino or something.
I heard about that. I don't know what that is, but
Read about it. I could not have a conversation about it right now.
is that supposed to happen? Is it already happening, or is that supposed to happen like in December?
Like I said, I
Hmm.
can't tell you enough about it. I don't necessarily know, and I don't know what an El Nino year is. I believe drier climate, but I could be wrong. Or drier weather for us, could be wrong.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see. What else? Was there anything else you worked on?
No, I'm going to work on training Reagan how to water chestnut trees, though.
Yeah. Can she reach the pedals to the Kubota?
Yeah, so when we were pounding in the stakes for everything, she drove the Kubota while I stood in the bed with the post driver, and your dad walked around the side and helped stabilize it and get it on there for me.
Probably was having fun with that too.
She does have fun with it. We'll see how long that lasts when she actually has to put it to use. And
It's good practice for when she gets her driver's license. It'll
Right?
happen soon. You ready for that?
I'm more ready for that than,
Is that in the book?
oh, no.
When females get driver's license?
No, I'm not. I'm honestly not worried about her driving. I'm worried about
Everyone else on the road?
everyone else on the road, but the maturity to drive responsibly. Like her actual driving skills, I'm not worried about. Like she'll be more than ready to drive.
Yeah, that was never a problem with me either. I think the did you ever, when you took the driver's ed courses, did they ever show you those like graphic videos of car accidents and stuff and all this horror stories? I'm sure most of it was like probably exaggerated or something, but
I don't think so. I don't remember. I remember, so I did mine in Alaska, and I did mine, I believe, at 14. No, it's pretty chill. Most of ours was, this is what happens when you hit a moose in a sedan.
really?
Like, yeah,
That's very Alaskan.
yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah, they showed, I remember watching those videos. They were like really graphic, and that like kind of scared me off a little bit because it made me like a really cautious driver.
yeah, me, not cautious at all. Not at all. No.
What was your first car?
My first car was an 88 Toyota pickup, single cab, long bed.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep. 22 RR motor. Was super, super slow.
So what is Reagan gonna get for her first car since she's over
Currently
there?
over there. She wants my black Tacoma.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, but it's kind of a parking lot princess right now.
Right now it is. I'm pretty sure one of my motor mounts just failed. So
Which is-
once I fix that, put a new battery in it because I haven't.
Have you siphoned the gas out of it or anything?
No, it'll be fine.
Hmm.
Dude, those little Tacomas run forever. It has not been treated well, and it has 220,000 miles on it.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, and it hasn't been driven regularly in 3 years, 4 years.
Did you buy it without any mileage on it? Or?
I bought it with 97,000 miles on it in 2000. 2009.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, they do run forever.
Yeah.
I do want to mention real quick that this podcast is now available on YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And I've recently uploaded the whole backlog to those platforms. So you can pretty much listen to this if you want to choose one of those platforms. The link in the description below has the links to those other ones. So you can go over there and get subscribed. Do you ever watch any live streaming at all?
Some.
Really?
Yeah,
What do you watch?
not for podcasts. I guess it's a podcast. It's not really a podcast.
Yeah, a lot of them are doing live streaming now.
Yeah, what is it called? The Build Bunker. I watched some of his live streaming stuff. It's I forget his John Malecki or something like that. He's a carpenter, and I watched some of his stuff. Why? Because you want to live stream this?
I've been looking into it. At my work, I'm setting up a podcast studio at my work, and
Be careful.
I'm making sure that it's ready for live streaming as well. And I'm completely new to that whole side of it. And so I've been learning a lot about like OBS Studio and all that. And so I'm kind of like really excited about it. I've been thinking about ways we could implement live streaming. And I also don't like, I've never watched any streaming. I know it's like all the rage right now. Like, I think podcasts, from what I understand, are kind of like
phasing out,
and like streaming is
Yeah.
the new, I don't know. I have to get familiar with it because I don't know what to watch, or
about that.
it also just watching live streaming doesn't really seem very interesting to me, but apparently it's the bee's knees.
What would our cost to get in the door be?
It really
Or
depends
what's
on,
our barrier to entry? What are those? That's the phrase I'm looking for.
yeah, it really depends on what we want to do. I think the main issue, I can't just switch over right now because I need this is really getting into the weeds, but basically I need someone to be operating the computer where the stream is feeding into.
Oh.
And then also, I don't actually have a computer. I do have a computer, but I have an issue with the
Did Joey just rub on that?
Yes.
that orange cat is the one that keeps bumping into these tripods.
Joey.
Joey.
Yeah, Joey just likes to rub on things.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I have a MacBook Pro.
No, I have a MacBook Pro too, and it's more than capable of doing it. The problem is I don't know, there's an issue with it where it like abruptly shuts down at random times. And I think it's either a hardware failure or there's like something wrong with the BIOS. I think it's corrupt. It's a late 2019, but I bought it fully decked out, and it was very expensive at the time, but it's a great machine. This just has that one single problem, the problem is if we start streaming on it, and then it crashes, then we lose the whole file.
Why
And
don't you take it into Apple?
oh, they can't fix it.
Oh.
First of all, it's too old, and they call it vintage now. And
7 years old.
And also, like, I don't actually know what the problem is. Like, I keep troubleshooting it, but I think it's a hardware issue or something. But anyways, I'd have to buy a new computer. That's really the barrier to entry.
Okay. Well, don't want to use mine.
We could. I don't know if yours is capable though.
Should be.
Do you know what the specs are?
No. I don't know computer talk, Kyle.
I know.
You
opened up Microsoft Word for the first time like 2 years ago.
No, it was a really long time ago, and I haven't done it since then.
Which is crazy to me. I don't know, if anyone's watching and you're interested in live streaming, let me know in the comments if you think that would be cool, because I think it would be interesting to kind of do some live streaming around the farm. That's mainly like my foray, I can't say that word, foray into how I want to implement it on the farm is like, we could do evisceration and live stream it.
Oh,
that would be cool.
That could be interesting.
I don't know, even like chestnut planting, it'd be cool.
I feel like it would be easier to do live streaming evisceration day, where there's too many moving parts if we were to do it.
Yeah, we'd have to get everything set up. Oh, for planting.
Yeah, for planting. Like, you would have to
have
a mobile rig set up on a side-by-side or something.
I know. Well, I have a Insta360 that I can swap out the camera. It's like modular, so you can take the camera thing. I have a 360 camera I can put on it. And so basically I would put on a tripod, connect it to my phone, live stream out, and then we would just like move the tripod every now and then.
I mean, we could play with that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day. Anyways,
Yeah.
the egg layers, do you have any updates on that?
So
Is it about the same? I know they started producing a little bit more. The problem was that the whole flock seemingly just decided to stop laying for a
Right.
short period for about a week or so, and then they ratchet it backed up, and
Oh,
it's
tons.
been kind of hit or miss ever since then.
So, and we had the one commenter say that it was molting, and it could be. I mean, this is the year 2, year 3 with these birds, and there's never been a disruption or anything like that. When they
Right.
go through their molting, there hasn't been a change in how many eggs they're putting out.
Yeah.
So that's why when we started discussing things, and I thought about molting, but I was like, in the past, it hasn't had any effect. They're molted, they just molted and they kept laying eggs.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even consider molting because I thought it was just a winter thing.
yeah,
But apparently I looked it up after I saw that comment,
yeah.
and yeah, it is. It can happen pretty much anytime. It's more
Right.
common in the winter, but it can happen in the spring too.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people commented things like a lot of people said stress. A lot of people said changes in their feed.
Right.
And they said like especially the stress thing, like you might even know it might be something that's harassing them at night, or like they can be stressed by anything. So it could just be a
Right.
combination of any of these things. Even someone said weather or temperature changes.
Right. I mean, all those.
It's all valid theories, but we don't
Right.
really know. It's just the problem is we don't know exactly what it is. But
Right.
yeah. Anyways, thanks for those who left those comments. That was helpful.
Reagan, go over to this table and call for Tom.
So the whole chicken, we talked about that before. We are about to introduce whole chickens into our product line. So we're getting ready to sell those, and we're doing a pre-order so people can pre-order throughout. We're only opening it up for a week. We have a limited quantity. Once they order all of those, or whenever the week ends, then we'll close it out, and we'll be able to know. We'll project 8 weeks from now. We'll get them ordered. We'll know how many to order, and we're just going to do a small batch initially for us to get into the swings of things and kind of learn it a little bit more and get more comfortable with it. We haven't actually announced anything yet to our customer base, but on Monday I got the webpage built and scheduled so that it'll be published Monday morning, and then I have a email that I built out and also scheduled to get sent out to our subscriber base on that same day. So I'm hoping that the email will drive a lot of those sales, and then I'm also going to do social posts.
Yeah.
So between the email and the social posts, that's pretty much all I have planned in terms of marketing.
I don't think you need to do anything more than that.
Yeah, so we'll see how that works. If we need to pull more levers, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I don't think we'll need to, just because we're doing such a small amount anyways.
Yeah. I am curious to see how that goes. So next week's podcast, we'll have some more updates on that, because I do want to talk about like how we're marketing it, because it is a new product and we're entering a market that we haven't entered before. So we're kind of approaching this the same way that we approached the egg sales, where we're just doing it slowly, small amounts, and we'll increase and scale up over time.
Yeah, it's a soft launch.
Soft launch, that's a good word for it.
No.
So yeah, what do you think about that so far? You feeling good about it?
I'm feeling good about it. I'm not super worried about whether or not we're gonna sell out of birds. I think we'll have orders or pre-orders before the close of the week. I think we'll meet our goal.
Oh, you do think we're gonna sell out?
I do.
Okay,
Yeah. One, I have a lot of confidence in our base, whether it be Christmas trees or with our eggs. I think we'll have no problem selling 20 birds.
The way we're doing it, I think is pretty unique. I mean, it's not unique, but it is, relatively speaking, to like other farms, small farms and homesteads that are selling chickens. Usually it's a very manual process, and they use like, I don't know, like we initially were talking about as if it was a form that people would fill out. And the way I ended up doing it was, thankfully, we have an e-commerce site built out that we use for everything, and it's been really helpful for us. So all I did was just build it out as if it was a normal e-commerce product on our website, and people can simply order it that way. and I'm thinking that'll be a pretty smooth process. I wanted to make it as user-friendly and kind of modern and convenient as possible,
Right.
because that's really the angle that I want to go towards for everything that we do. Since we're selling direct to consumer, I think we can separate ourselves from other farms because we do have this really well designed, well built out website that is fully capable of being a modern experience for the customer.
It's
In a world where everyone's used to, apps and DoorDash and everything like that, I think that part of it is important, because we've talked to a lot of customers, and I think they want, one reason why a lot of people struggle to get food from farms like us is because there's just a disconnect between how to do it. A lot of people are unfamiliar with farms, they don't know the process, and so farmers, on the other hand, they don't necessarily have a good skill set in marketing and web development. And since I kind of bring those skills to the table, we're able to utilize that and bridge that gap between the customer and the farmer.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping we can expand on that quite a bit in the future, but we'll see how that goes. I think this is a good way to test that idea.
Yeah. So one of the things that I've found interesting as we've started this journey is the amount of customers who I talk to who will tell me that they came to the farm, saw all the signs for the eggs, tell them to come up the driveway, everything like that. But they'll stop and they'll turn around because they feel uncomfortable coming onto somebody's property.
Yeah. That was a worry of mine when we set that up.
It blows my mind how many people
Yeah.
are just like,
I'm not surprised by it.
but and as soon as they talk to us and we're like, no, come up the driveway. They're like, well, I will now because now I know you. I'm just like, I respect it so much, but at the same time,
I get it.
just come up the driveway.
So we do live in a rural area, but we live in an area where there's a lot of city folk. Or maybe I should say, like,
it's urban creep is what we're
urban
experiencing.
creep.
Yeah.
Because like there's housing developments around us, and these people
Yeah.
live in like a rural area, but they're not accustomed to the lifestyle of a farmer or anything like that.
It's interesting. Like I said, I respect it, but at the same time, we got to get people used to coming up the drive and feeling comfortable with that. And I don't know what we can do to make people feel more comfortable about coming up. Because even like the amount of people from the coffee hut that I invite, hey, just reach out to us if you want to come out to the farm. We'll set it up.
Yeah.
Come out.
And see
what it's about.
That's a big part of the coffee hut. And I think getting people used to it and kind of help that. Yeah.
Right. I haven't had a single person reach out to me. And I have probably told close to 100 people.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a numbers game, I guess, at the end of the day.
Right. I think today I talked to someone and I think she might actually reach out to us because they're looking at regenerative farming and stuff like that. She's looking at getting into chicken here soon. And
have you told anyone about the chickens at the coffee hut?
Yep.
Letting them know that we're about to sell them?
Yep.
Nice.
I told her about it, and I also, people will recognize, S&D Dairy, and I'm like, yeah. By the way, they also have this. They have a herd share.
Yeah.
And then link that into, that's where we're looking at being in the next 5 years type thing.
I remember last week when I was working the coffee hut at the Y, there was a guy who was really interested in the same thing. I told him about all the things we're doing, and he'll be able to order some chicken here if you get subscribed. I give him my business card and stuff because he was looking at it, and so I give him the whole spiel. So word of mouth is really, really powerful, but it's a slow growth process.
Right. Maybe YouTube has lulled me into a false sense of optimism, but
How so?
the people that I've seen using the Celestine methods of chicken farming and processing for meat birds and everything like that, who also dabble in YouTube, have the issue that we have with eggs with their meat birds, where they can meet the needs of the people, their customers, but they don't have enough to feed themselves. And every time they order more and grow more, their customer base grows more and they still are having a hard time meeting their own needs.
Okay, so that's, I mean, it is kind of a good problem to have.
No, it's 100%. It's a great problem to have.
So by the way, now that you mentioned it, Joel Salatine has been tremendously helpful in us both figuring out the logistics of getting the chickens, both the laying hens and the broilers ready to produce, like all the back end stuff, but also the marketing side of it too. His book has been very helpful in us getting into that, because we didn't really know anything about that side of it. Yeah, we basically just used the Salatine method for the most part.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's actually everything that's in that book we've done pretty much page by page, except that book was also written in the 80s, I believe. And so he didn't mention the use of like websites and stuff. So that's one thing that I've modernized, quote unquote. But,
Right.
I think if it was written today, I think he would probably amend that if he already hasn't. I don't know. Maybe I just read an older edition.
No, because he has the appendix or the add-ons in the back.
Yeah, where he talks about the email newsletters and stuff.
Right. So
which was helpful too.
I don't remember for sure if he actually has a website. I don't know if he does.
Polyface, his farm?
Yes,
Oh yeah,
yes,
he
he
has a
does.
website. He has a great website.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just love how transparent he is to other farmers, and that's kind of like a main like reference blueprint for how I want to do things too.
Yeah, I need to look at it again. Tom has made himself quite comfortable.
So as we, I don't want to wake him.
Yeah.
As we
I don't want to wake him, poke him in the face.
talk about these eggs, a couple podcasts ago, I don't remember which one, but we were talking about, it was one where the thumbnail says problem solving, and we were talking about our dilemma that we were having in scaling up with our eggs, because we are, for the most part, selling out. I'm going to say we're selling out. I think my dad would use different words, but
yeah.
And I mean, yeah, we don't have enough to serve ourselves, and so I think we need to think about future-proofing that line of business a little bit. And we're at a point where we need to think about that a little bit more. And I think in that podcast we were talking about how our strategy with that was we're going to figure out a way to winterize our laying hens in a new eggmobile build that you were going to do, calling it version 2.
Yeah.
Keep them basically outside over winter, actually all year long. So it would be an all year long thing. But that came, for some reason, I didn't think about this until afterwards. And I was thinking about it some more. And us doing that, it would be a multi-$1,000 investment for us to build a new eggmobile to do that. And it wouldn't allow us to scale up at all, because we wouldn't be able to add more hens to the flock or anything like that, and therefore we wouldn't be making more money. So we're going to spend thousands of dollars on this new build that wouldn't generate revenue or scale up or anything like that whatsoever. So then I was like, well, why are we even doing this? So
Well, it would allow us to generate revenue. It just caps us at 93, 94 birds. So it doesn't allow us to scale up beyond that. And that's a significant investment.
yeah, it wouldn't allow us to increase our revenue.
Right. Yeah. To
We
scale
would just
beyond
stay where we currently are, except
the
we
additional
would,
25.
well, not even that. We would be in the hole, for $3,000 or $4,000 because of the build.
Yeah, I think it'd end up being more.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it probably would.
Anyways, ultimately,
There really was no business benefit
why
to
is
it.
here right now?
Yeah. You're in a barn.
I am.
Okay, then we kind of revisited that conversation and decided that why are we trying to reinvent the wheel here when, back to the Salatine book, I mean, he has this all written out. And so we're just going to, and you're still going to build a new eggmobile because we do need one at some point, but the deadline isn't this fall anymore, which is good for you. We can push that back to, I don't know when. That's still kind of undetermined. I'm thinking next year maybe.
I think it needs to be ready by spring.
Okay, well, there's an argument for that for sure.
Because the one we have right now is still, I think, too small for 93 birds, which is what our flock is going to be after we move these girls in. And it'd be nice to have an eggmobile to put the girls that aren't laying yet in.
Because I really don't, I know we have that extra chicken tractor and we've done that before and we can use that, But yeah, it's really not a good way to.
We're
It's not designed for hens.
we're phasing into meat birds.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
and we need it.
We need to stop relying on chicken tractors
Yeah.
for layers,
I know. I hear you.
because we need to build more chicken tractors.
That'll happen. Yeah, that'll happen at some point
I mean,
too.
we should be processing birds, if not every other week, every week. If we're gonna make a profit out of that, that
Hopefully by
means-
next summer we can get into that.
that
swing
means
of
we need
things.
4 tractors.
Yeah. So in order, yeah, that's one reason why we're slowly doing it this summer, because we need to build a customer base before we can do that. If we're going to get to the point, let's just say next summer, if we get to the point where we can plan this out and we can do it on a weekly basis, where every week we're basically eviscerating a
Right.
flock of chickens and selling it. We can do that all summer long, but we may not have the people buying them, and then we're going to run into an issue because we won't have the storage for it either.
Well, and that's the whole point in doing 1 pre-sale,
Yep.
2 pick up same day as slaughter,
Mm-hmm.
evisceration.
Mm-hmm.
That way we don't have to worry about storage.
It's another thing Salatine
Right.
figured out, not to beat a dead horse with that, but so that anyways, we're still figuring it out. I mean, but we aren't, yeah, we theoretically have some space in the barn to either winterize them. Ideally, we were talking about this before, what we really need to do is get a hoop house going and be able to winterize them in that hoop house. And then we can make use of, actually we can incorporate rabbits at that point. We can make
Right.
use of
There's
that
a lot of things
carbonaceous
that we can
diaper. We'll get some nice compost from that.
But-
we have the room for it, I think. We just need to figure out where.
We 100% have the room for it. It's the upfront cost of that building,
Yeah.
because
It's expensive. I mean, that's one thing people don't understand is farming is expensive. And last week when we were talking about how do we price our chickens, and we were going through that, and we were worried that we were going to
jeez.
price ourselves out of the market because it's expensive. I mean, there's a reason why we're selling a whole chicken for what will probably be $28, and even that's underpriced. We think this isn't set in stone, but right now we're thinking it'll be $28. This first batch is going to be an early bird price that's
Yeah.
special, temporary, and we're going to do that at 22. I think that'll help reward some customers too. It might build some loyalty there. But
well, I think
my point is, like, people don't know. They think we're ripping them off by selling these relatively expensive birds compared to what they buy at Walmart or Kroger. But there's a reason why it's expensive, because it's so underpriced, and we're in the
our
hole
profit-
so much. Yeah.
our profit margin on these birds is not a significant profit margin.
I actually want to do probably a future podcast or video that talks about all the hidden costs that it takes to run a business, because it's
So, and that's one
a
thing
lot.
that we really don't take into account is our cost. The
we're not
cost
even
of
paying ourselves at
we're not
all.
even paying ourselves.
And we won't for the foreseeable future.
Right.
I mean, we plan on hopefully one day, with a little bit of luck, we can get there.
Right.
And that's how we're thinking about it, but we're nowhere near that at
Yeah.
this point.
So even I didn't understand how much 7 pounds of chicken is.
Yeah, I know.
I'm still eating enchiladas.
Really? I had to, so I got to a point where it was like a week later and I still had chicken left. And so I just fed it to George, my dog, because he would enjoy it. And also it was kind of drying out at that point.
Oh, I freeze mine.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Oh, yeah, freeze it. Yeah, cook it, make something with it. Put those into your ready-made meals.
I hate
Freeze it.
I hate cooking so much. I want it to be the easiest. I tried to do the easiest way possible.
Do it that way. Do some barbecue chicken, then make some rice for that day. Chicken and rice.
Maybe the next time I'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, you still have another bird, right?
I do. I have one more in my freezer.
Yeah, I have one more in mine as well, and
I don't know if I'm even going to take one for this next batch.
I mean, if
I really just want the organs and the feet for dog
Yeah,
food.
I
Or
don't
I can always throw, like if I can put 2 more birds in the shop and someone will buy it, I'm sure.
no, yeah, we could do that. However, at that point, we're storing birds.
It's only 2 birds though.
Maybe.
You're right though. Yeah, and so one other thing I want to talk about is we also mentioned that this is talking about our coffee hut now. We had plans. We started a new location in Brookville, which is a small town nearby, still local, and we found a really good parking lot to set up at. We got permission and everything. It was
Had
in
a
front
great
of
first day.
it was in front of an eye doctor. We had a really good day. We were excited for this new location because it was going to be a regular weekly location for us, and I think we do need a new location.
I think so too.
Everything was working out until I got an email from the city of Brookville saying that we owe them $225. They wanted to charge us to be a vendor in their town, which is preposterous. And especially $225, and all we're doing is selling coffee.
So, I've thought about this more. How much do we pay for the art festival?
It's around the ballpark of 200, something like that.
Right.
But that's different.
Is it? Is it though?
Okay, so let me defend this. You defend yours. So there's an Englewood Art Festival that we attended last year. We're going to do it again this year. I think we get charged probably around 200, maybe 225, something like that. It might even be 250. It's no more than 250. I know that.
Ballpark, same amount.
It's expensive. I know the prices of conventions and art festivals in general because this was something I looked into heavily in Columbus when I lived there.
Yeah.
200, let's just say it's 225, is expensive, but it's fairly cheap as far as these type of festivals go.
I'd say it's low. I mean,
Yeah.
especially you look at county fairs, everything.
Right.
The price for a vendor to get in for most things
Yeah.
is incredibly
And
high.
the nice thing about this particular one is they have electricity that we can
Right.
plug into.
Very nice.
Okay. It's a 3-day event. Very, very high foot traffic. Very popular. Last year when we attended, it was a good amount of sales to the point where we definitely made the money back.
Yeah.
It's 3 days. We're only there 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
The third day is a Sunday. We don't do business. We don't work on Sundays.
Right.
So last year we basically had the hut there parked still, but it was closed and we put a sign up. We lost business that day. That's on us, but we choose to do that.
Yeah.
We're going to do that again this year. So we are shooting ourselves in the foot. But to make my argument, we do make that money back. It is it's guaranteed almost, actually. It's guaranteed business for us, and we're going to be in front of a lot of people on basically 2 days.
Right.
Which does make it worth it. I'm trying my best here, but I think that's why I justify. So yeah, I mean, is it justifiable to do that in Brookville when Englewood and West Milton does not charge us a vendor fee to operate in their towns?
Correct.
Brookville's the only one that charges that amount.
So
business, our weekly business there is much lower. It'll take a long time for us to recoup that cost. So that's my line of thinking. Certainly I am willing to hear an argument for it if you have one.
So, I mean, we all had the same reaction, which was no, immediately.
There's a bit of me that's also just wants to protest it.
Right, 100%. And some of my immediate no was no. I'm not giving you money
It's preposterous
to do business in your town.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not paying you for that.
Also, the Englewood Art Festival is it's a lot of work to put that event on, and so I can kind of justify the cost by paying the people to put the event on, and it's a nice community event.
Right. No,
And-
this is just another government entity saying money, please.
Yeah, like if you want to if you're a government or a municipality that wants to charge a business to operate in your location, isn't that the argument behind sales tax? I mean, isn't that why you're charging us sales tax and why we would pay you? Because I would have to then pay them for every transaction. So on top of that, you're also asking for additional money.
Yeah.
That's another thing that just kind of irks me a little bit.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not saying that we should do it because I'm still sour about it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, day one, we almost made that fee in one day.
Oh, the one time we were
Yeah.
open there? Was it that good of a day?
It was over half of that.
Okay.
I want to say it was in the neighborhood of 120,
I don't remember how well we did that day, so I'd have to go back and look.
It was a good day. It was a good day for us.
So
I
you think
mean,
we would just make it back? Basically, our argument is that we would make it back pretty quickly.
I think we would make it back pretty quickly, but we would also be reaching a market that we're not currently reaching. And
Essentially, we would be introducing ourselves to a newer demographic,
right,
which we need.
we do. They would give us a location in an area that we're not currently at. It meets all the criteria. It's close, small town.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm agnostic about it. I mean, I'm willing to be swayed, but I'm still kind of in that protesting mode when it comes to that.
right. I am more willing 100% to pay to go to an event than to give a city money just because. Everything about that still
Just
makes
like
me mad.
everyone wants our money.
Right.
Even that square conundrum.
Yes, money. Just give us more of your money.
That's another thing. People wonder why our coffee is expensive. Well,
Every time we
because
turn
everyone
around,
wants a share of it.
including us, we don't get any.
I'm curious. So you and I are both new to farming, and
Yes.
I would say, I guess we kind of got started into it for the most part around 2023.
Yeah.
We've since learned a lot. We've done a lot. We've tried new things. We've completely transitioned into regenerative farming practices, which we're all new to. And a lot has happened since 2023. It's, 3 years later. So I'm curious, looking back at that, what has surprised you the most since we've started?
See, you put me on the spot, and I don't know if I have an answer for that.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I think what surprises me the most is when I talk to farmers in any realm of it, right? Whether it be conventional, whether it be a small farmer, whether whatever. Never is it a conversation where it feels like it's going to become a vocal battle or we're going to come to fisticuffs,
Yeah, speaking to other farmers.
Everyone is very open, very willing to talk. Everyone that I've talked to, and very interested to hear our points and have a conversation. Where for whatever reason, I just had this preconceived notion that people would be more defensive and less open to have a conversation about it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's the part that has surprised me the most.
Yeah, I would actually say the complete opposite.
Really?
There's really two things that come to mind for me. One is similar to that, where I'm very surprised how some farmers, whenever they hear about us talking about regenerative agriculture, even if that word comes up, it's such a controversial word to them that they immediately push back, and they get really defensive about it. I was just surprised. I couldn't believe how some conventional farmers just absolutely hate regenerative farmers, and they're not willing to have that conversation. So my answer is kind of the opposite of yours. Now, that being said, I think most farmers and most people are willing to have that conversation. They're very open about it, but it just takes one bad apple to kind of ruin the whole thing. And there are those that will just refuse and are not willing to, I don't know, meet you halfway or anything like that.
See, and I think anytime, like, I've had a few conversations where farmers, people within the community, whatever, will poke fun at it.
That's a little different though, but yeah.
Yeah. And then my natural, just me being me, I do the exact same thing, but to their profession.
Yeah, I mean, some of the backlash I've gotten has mostly been online, but it's so bad to the point where...
True. I don't see that side of it.
Yeah, it's so bad to the point where I feel like we all have to be constantly, even like right now, I feel like I'm doing it, where I feel like I'm walking on glass, and I have to be careful about how I speak, and if I say it the wrong way, then I just stepped on a landmine and I'm going to get backlash for it.
Oh, yeah.
And similarly to that, it's not just regenerative farming methods, it's topics like raw milk.
Right.
Holy crap, do people hate raw milk. Or like they hate people that drink
Talk-
raw milk.
Talk about it, think about it.
Well, it's so bad that they will accuse you of like murder to the point where you're like risking people's lives because you drink raw milk. It was in the book where there was a book about raw milk that I read where they gave an example of how someone who, it was a family who had kids and their kids were allergic. They were having health problems because of the food they ate. They switched them over to raw milk, and in this anecdote, other people or someone else, it might have just been one person, they called Child Protective Services,
CPS,
on the parents,
right?
because they were feeding their kids raw milk. And people online I've seen evidence in our own videos about people that will just accuse you of actually being dangerous with this type of thing, and it's hard to, I don't know, it's just hard to even talk about it. I'm so surprised that milk is so controversial. It just blows my mind. Also, to have like a lighter answer to this is people, I think just interacting with people, and especially at the coffee hut and having these conversations, these open conversations, and people being so curious and willing to just buy local and willing to support farmers has been really enlightening.
Right. No,
the amount of people that give us tips too at the coffee hut is it really puts a pep in your step.
Right. So Reagan is a firm believer in priming the tip jar.
Priming it? What does that mean?
Making sure there's always $1 in there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That is a good trick.
Firm believer.
Trick's the wrong word. Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get backlash for that.
Yeah. Well, you deserve it. Yeah.
There's a lot of surprises that I've had since we started, but I think those are the bigger ones.
So I'm still blown away. I'm not blown away. It doesn't surprise me, especially online, that you get so much backlash for just having a conversation. Like, no one's forcing you to do any of the things that we do.
Yeah, I think it's just the nature of the internet. Everyone is so primed all the time because the algorithms and the way the internet functions in 2026 is you have to be on edge, and everyone is constantly like, all the content out there is just making us all crazy. And
well, so I'll give you an example, right?
Everything has to be an argument.
7 Weeks Coffee, pro-life organization, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had a customer come buy a bag of 7 Weeks Coffee from us, from your dad. A couple hours later, when I was there, she came into the parking lot, came up, and you could see she was frazzled.
Uh-oh.
And she put the coffee on the counter and was just like, I can't buy this. I wanted to support local businesses, but I support women's right to do what they want with their bodies. And I was just like, okay, that's fine.
Oh, so she returned it?
Yeah. She's like, I want to return it. Is there a way for me to get it? And she was just frazzled. And I'm just like, it's no problem. We don't have to agree to do business, to coexist, to do any of this.
Yeah, it's just probably, I don't know. Was she like thinking she was going to be a bigger deal or something?
Right. And I think that's what she thought. But I was just like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to return a product.
That's the first time that's happened, I believe.
Yeah, it is. And I told her, I was like, if you bear with me, I've never done a refund on here. So if you bear with me, we'll get this done. And
you might have to, I knew at one point, but I haven't done a refund, so I've forgotten how to do it.
Yeah. So, but anyways, she was very nice. And it was just two fundamentally different viewpoints. And once again, it's okay to have those and have a respectful conversation.
You know, I posted a short where I talked about, it was like a 1-minute video where I talked about profit first and how we do profit first on our farm. The most innocuous subject is, I'm just talking about financial organization and basic accounting. That video had 2 or 3 people that were like, I hate this. This is proof that businesses don't support their employees. You shouldn't be making a profit. Any profit should go right to the employees. They're the ones that make the money for you. And basically that was
which is fun because we are the employees.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah. Well, there's about 10 things wrong with that statement, but yeah, that's one of them.
Oh,
It's just the
goodness.
nature. I think it's just the nature of the internet.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. You can post a picture of a cat and someone will get mad about it.
I mean, that's fair. Sorry, Tom. I didn't mean to touch your tail.
How dare you?
Oh, goodness.
You want to talk? So that's a good transition. Talk about money. We can now talk about revenue sources on our farm.
Oh.
Maybe dive in a little bit on how we have a lot of different ways that we quote unquote make money. Spoiler alert, we haven't really made technically any money. We do generate revenue,
Right.
but profit is a whole another thing. So talking about just honing in on revenue sources, and also most of the stuff on this list is not even activated yet.
Right.
Because we're not there. It's just like planning for the future, and hopefully one day we'll have all of these levels of revenue sources unlocked, and we can
Because right now we're at 2.
pretty much, yeah,
Yeah.
not including the Christmas trees. So I guess the biggest one,
I was going to say, we can't count Christmas trees.
I have 4 marked as like primary, the bigger top seller revenue sources. One of them is the Christmas trees.
Okay.
I just have them on the list because it is part of the farm as a whole, and it is like the bread and butter of the whole operation and how we got started. So we sell Christmas trees, and that also includes the gift shop, which it's not an insignificant portion of the income. I don't remember the exact percentage.
It's gotten a lot better.
Also, he makes money on photography. Excuse me. So throughout the year, on our website, I have a whole page dedicated to photographers, and they can come out and use our farm for their photography event or for whatever they want to do. If they have photo shoots, weddings,
Year round.
they can use our farm, come out, and we charge them a fee to use the land, and they pretty much have free reign, or they can roam around and take photos all day long if they want, or by hour if they choose to. It's a little cheaper that way. That's one way. It's not a ton of money, but it is enough to justify our costs of the website. It actually pays for the website, which is not cheap.
And we used to not charge anything until when it only takes a few people to ruin a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we used to not charge, but it became an issue with people being upset because other people were also taking photos on the farm at the same time that they had scheduled.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure
That must have been early on.
I'm pretty sure that's what led to it.
He was charging many years ago. I don't remember when, but
Yeah.
Okay. And then we also dabbled in-person workshops for like 2 years,
Yeah.
but I don't know if we're going to continue to do that because I didn't really.
Juice wasn't worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
Which I think there's a conversation to reattack that once, like if we end up doing a coffee shop here on site and stuff like that, where you have more things to get people here. And
yeah, I think, if we can establish a larger customer base that's used to coming to the farm for other things, then I'm sure we can circle back to that.
turn it more into agro-tourism.
I know I also want to mention that the Christmas tree side of things, it's important to understand that we are only making that money roughly 4 days out of the entire year.
Yeah.
That's one reason why we wanted to expand the portfolio of the farm and diversify our revenue sources, because we needed a way to bring income for the farm all year long and not just relying on those 4 days. Because if something happens during those 4 days and we, God forbid, if we lose out on that revenue, then that's a pretty hefty hit.
That's make or break in some ways.
Yeah.
But that's also, that's not a part of, it is a part, but it's not a part. Like that's your dad and your mom's side of the house, right?
So I guess everything else on the list is pretty much the other LLC that we formed.
Right.
The first one on the list is, and this is kind of chronological, so the coffee hut. So we decided to go with a coffee hut for a lot of reasons. I won't get into all of them, but it is a revenue source that we can rely on basically all year long. I mean, there is a couple months, I think January, February, where it's winterized, but for the most part, that's bringing us regular income all year long. That's also helping us fund the other things that are on this list, like the chicken eggs and You know, I mean, that feed, if it wasn't for the coffee hut, we'd be paying for that out of pocket.
Right.
And all the supplies for the build outs of those egg mobiles and all that. And so,
Which, I mean, ultimately, that's not what we want. We want the coffee hut to fund the coffee hut, chickens to fund chickens, everything like
yeah,
that.
and one day I think we'll get there. But
Yeah.
for now, we're kind of doing these in stages. And I think right now, the coffee hut is helping to fund the chicken operation,
Right.
which will help fund, I don't know, maybe the poultry operation, which will help fund the cattle operation. I mean, theoretically, that's how this is going to work out.
Right. And that's, I mean,
It's a lot more messy than that in reality, but
all of it is.
yeah, there's no clean way to
Yeah.
even explain this or anything like that.
So yeah, coffee hut.
So in the coffee hut, we sell, we make money from the coffee and the drinks. We also sell bags of 7 weeks coffee, which is our roaster, and we have the actual bags for sale, but that's where I get that affiliate code, that link
No.
that allows you guys to get a discount. And so I'm able to kind of incorporate that into the videos, which is really nice. And it turns out these affiliate links are, it's not nothing. I mean,
Right.
we don't, it's not a lot. We don't have a big audience online, but we do sell the bags on occasion in the coffee hut, and we have been getting some affiliate revenue coming in. Not a ton, but I think that'll grow hopefully, and it's worth it.
It'd be nice.
We also sell honey, so local honey, everything that we get locally. So we get the honey from Little Fox Farm. We sell that, not a big seller, but it's there.
I think we should talk about selling our syrups,
Oh, interesting.
making the vanilla, the
Mhm.
caramel, the chocolate,
Yeah,
and selling it.
that's not a bad idea. Yeah, we'll have to brainstorm that a little bit.
I think we'd have to get a cottage license to do it, but other than that,
That's another thing we got to look into.
yeah.
We also sell maple syrup from Sugar Grove in Troy. We just started selling muffins recently. We have a bakery here in West Milton that makes the muffins for us. We make sure that they use all organic ingredients, and their muffins are pretty good.
They're pretty solid.
And they're actually selling really well,
yeah.
surprisingly well.
The strawberry lemon streusel.
Oh, really? I don't know. I haven't had that one.
Oh, it's so good.
But yeah, is that the one that sells the most, you think?
That one's hard to keep in. Like, it doesn't make it to the end of the week.
I think it's also a good like spring, summertime flavor.
Try it and you'll understand.
Yeah, I'll try it.
It's so good.
I don't want to eat our product though, but I'm sure I'll come
Okay,
across it at
well.
some point.
I eat our product.
And if I look into all the transactions for the muffins, it's all Kevin.
No, it's not. 50%.
It's hard to do, man. Our lattes are so, I love black coffee. It's my favorite thing. That's what got me into coffee. I've never been a latte person until we started the coffee hut, and the lattes are so good.
So the customer that I said might actually reach out and come out to the farm, I made her a honey vanilla latte today.
The honey one is the one that everyone sleeps on. It's my favorite. And
Honey vanilla.
yeah,
You
I've had that one. Yeah, it's good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, she tried it and there was no visual response on her face. I was like, "So do you like it?" She took another drink and she's like, "This might be the best latte I've ever had."
That's good.
I was like, "Good. I'm glad because by your facial expression, I couldn't tell if you were very, very mad."
I've had a handful of people that had similar comments about it. It is hard. We've had this conversation before where it's really hard to get feedback from people.
Right. I mean,
At least honest feedback, because a lot of times, I don't know, everything's so subjective, but then they're also like, they don't want to hurt your feelings and people don't know how to give feedback.
I think there's been a few times where I may have been too blunt because I've told people, "Look, I don't care if you hurt my feelings. Tell me what you honestly think."
Yeah.
But I feel like so many people are put on the spot by like they
Yeah,
still
they also
lied to me.
they don't want to be put on the spot either. That's the other thing.
Right. So I've stopped being so forward about it. So, but anyways,
Yeah.
next profit, or no, you're still talking about what we're selling inside there,
I mean, the only other thing was like earrings and keychains.
which those sell pretty good. They sell better around holidays.
Have
and
we
stuff
have
for
we
gifts.
sold any
Yes.
recently?
Yes.
Okay.
Out,
need to tell
out,
Jeff
out in
that.
Brookville, sold 2 pair to the same lady.
Brookville. Dang it.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty much it for the coffee hut. We're also like experimenting with that. Like we might introduce something else at some point, but The other thing, so that brings us to chicken eggs, which we started doing last year, I believe, early last year.
Yeah.
And that is another one that's allowing us to bring in consistent revenue all year long. And
It's gotten better.
yeah, it was a very slow start. I know that last year we had periods where we had an excess amount of eggs and we couldn't sell them.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of flipped, thankfully. It's a good problem to have, but also scaling up is expensive.
Uh-huh.
But we also knew going in, you say this all the time, and it's true, that eggs are not the, what do you say? It's not the like main revenue driver with chickens. It's mostly poultry, but the eggs kind of push the poultry sales
It's
for the most part.
yeah, because eggs are one of the staple food groups, right?
Right.
No matter what we have on the menu, if we don't have eggs, it's kind of like people will come for the eggs and be like, "Oh no, you guys have chicken, beef, and all this other stuff too?"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about eggs though is eggs that you buy in the store are pretty much subsidized, and so that's why they're so cheap. The real cost of eggs is much higher, but everyone is so used to, you know, cheap $1, $2 eggs that it ruins the entire market, the entire industry, to the point where we can't sell at a price that's actually profitable. We have to undersell to meet market value, and then we're screwing ourselves. And so now we have to rely on poultry sales because of it. And it's all because of the way the industry is set up with eggs that, yeah, it's really screwing over the suppliers, the producers, the food producers
Yeah.
like us. And so it shouldn't be that way, but it is. And so eventually, like I said, poultry is the next step of that, of the chicken umbrella, and
Yeah,
we're
broilers.
just getting into that, and we don't really know how that's going to go,
gonna
but
go
I
great.
think I'm optimistic about it.
It's gonna go great.
In the book, back to this Joel Salatin book, Pasture Profits Poultry, something like that. It's one of it's
Pasture
those three
Poultry
words,
Profit.
and I don't remember the order of it.
Pastured poultry profit.
There you go. In that book, Salatin does say that the broilers are really the main money makers.
Oh, yeah.
The eggs drive the poultry sales, but you gotta keep that in mind when you're doing chickens, and we'll see hopefully if that rings true or not.
We'll see a difference also between selling whole bird versus, you know, chicken breast, thighs, and everything like that once we start
All right.
parting out birds and everything like that. Just because most people don't know how to tear down a full chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a lost art. People don't know how to do
Right.
it. I mean, I didn't know how to do it until recently. I had to learn because we were getting into the business.
Right.
But
Oh, 100%. It's the only reason I know how to do it.
yeah.
So
Okay, then that brings us to the next one, which is, I have it starred because it's another, what will be hopefully a big source of revenue, which is chestnuts. So
should be.
yeah, I mean, we're currently growing our chestnut plantation. None of them are ready. We're several years out from harvest, but our plan is to do it direct to consumer. And
It's going to be so frustrating if I don't hear Charlie Bucket in the background of this video because I could barely hear you and I'm sitting next to you.
no, I don't think people will hear it at all. What was that? Was that a rooster or the?
No, that's the peacock.
Oh, that's the peacock. Okay.
Yeah, that's Charlie Bucket.
All right. I don't know who Charlie Bucket is.
He's the peacock, man.
There's a peacock screaming at us in the background. So chestnuts are going to be a big revenue driver, hopefully, because you know there's so much that you can do with it. We still don't know exactly what the market's like, but I know that people, from my research online, the demand for chestnuts is way higher than the supply of it. There's not a lot of chestnut growers.
There's so much of it is imported.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of growers here in the U.S. At least this is what the research is showing.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's so much. It's not just chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you can do flour, stuffing.
You can use it in lieu of rice in certain recipes.
That's right.
There's a lot you can do with it. I mean, the fact that you can use it as flour alone, I mean, means you can bake with it, and there's a whole thing with that.
Just opens up a massive door of opportunity.
Yeah. So it's really going to be interesting because then you can make all kinds of byproducts with that.
Right.
And sell those.
Which will just be fun to play with.
Yeah.
I
really can't wait until we can incorporate the chestnuts into the coffee hut.
Right.
Actually say, bring the name to reality there.
Right. There's so many times where people have come up. You guys have chestnuts? I haven't told you yet.
Oh, yeah?
Okay. So I finally remembered to tell your dad today. So you know how we have the little tray of chestnuts?
Yeah, and it's dwindling down, by the way. We need to refill it.
Yeah, and we'll have to. So there was one in there that was starting to come unshelled. So I pulled it out of the shell and I put it in there. So when people come up and say, that's just a Buckeye, and
Yeah.
nope, that's chestnut. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I saw it in there last week, and I figured that's exactly why that was in there.
Right. So elderly man comes
I
up.
almost threw it away, but then I was like, oh, I bet you I know why it's in there.
Elderly man came up last week and was like, so that's what a chestnut looks like? And I was like, yeah, that's what it looks like out of the shell. And I put it on the edge of the counter, and he went,
Oh, no.
and I was just immediately, I was like, it's not how you eat them, first off. 2, that thing is 3, maybe 4 years old and has been in a Tupperware container with like so many red flags.
Well, it was fine. I mean, that side of it, but it was
Right.
It was like a raisin, though. It like
Oh, it was.
I was gonna say it's not a good example because that's not
No.
exactly what it looks like when you take it out. But
So he ordered pour over coffee, started making it. Whole time we're talking, and he's just bouncing around in his mouth, trying to chew on it. And he's like, "Man, this thing's hard." I'm just like, "Yeah, the way that you are supposed to eat them is, you score the shell, soak it in water, put it over open fire, and it softens up the nut." And he's like, "Well, it'd probably be a lot easier to eat that way." I was like, by the end of it, I was like, "Here's your coffee. Maybe put the chestnut in there, and it might soften it up for you." But there was no time to react from me setting it on the edge of the table for him, counter for him to look at, and him popping that thing in his mouth, and I was just,
I never in a million years would have thought that someone would just have that
Right.
instinct to eat it. People are weird. You meet all kinds of people when you're selling coffee.
I love working at running the coffee hut. The interactions with people is just
Yeah, it does bring entertainment.
golden.
You keep a log of it.
Like, that's what we need to live stream.
Yeah, no, I thought about that. I thought about it. We could.
Yeah, but we'd have to do it like live stream during Christmas tree season.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard, though. That would be the most entertaining to live stream, but it would also be hard just because it's so freaking chaotic and busy that day. Anyways, that's the chestnut side of things. We're not there yet, but hopefully one day we'll get there soon, and the idea is that this will be like a big revenue driver for us.
Should be almost.
Because also another thing is at that point, there's no real input cost going into those. Once they reach maturity, they're kind of like self-sufficient for the most part.
Harvesting.
Yeah, other than harvesting.
Harvesting is going to be...
Those costs are nominal probably compared to getting that field established and everything.
I don't think so. I still think we're going to need equipment to harvest all of these.
Yeah,
Like,
probably.
Beyond the little walk-behind ones.
Yeah. I haven't looked into that too much.
Oh, well, you should.
No, I've looked into it a little bit. Not enough to like this is what we're doing. This is how we're going to harvest it.
No. And I think just like everything else, we are going to start small, which we're going to have to do anyways because they're not going to all mature at the same time. So we'll start small and slowly get a handle on it.
Which was kind of by design.
Right, which is perfect because otherwise we would...
We do have the option of selling to a co-op if things get out of hand and we can't sell direct to consumer. But so that helps me sleep at night knowing that we have a backup plan there.
Absolutely. Well, and also it's good forage for cattle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which brings us to the next one, which is also starred as a potential larger revenue driver here. I'm trying to juggle whether or not that would be a bigger
I don't think the
revenue driver than Christmas trees.
No.
Yeah, probably
not. Not with the amount of land that we have now.
True.
Dairy has potential.
Yeah.
But the beef side of it, we won't be able to have enough beef cattle out here. Yeah.
It's also hard to project how the costs of steer will be by the time we're ready for it. Yeah. And even future years after that. Because it's just so, I think that's one of the things that it's so, what's the word? Volatile, I guess. The market is so volatile.
I mean, yes, I don't know enough about it. to have an honest conversation.
Yeah. So there's also like, if we do get into the milk side of it, which I don't know that we would, but if we were, there's also byproducts that are associated with that, which from what I understand can help with profits because
Oh yeah,
like, with milk, you can then also make butter and cheese and sell those
right.
and you make a lot more money that way.
Yeah,
But I don't know. And also when it comes to the beef side of things, you can also sell tallow, which I am very interested in that one because tallow, yeah, you can sell for premium prices online even and distribute that out
right.
across the
Which
country. Although we would want to focus locally, but I'm saying like, I think there's a market for tallow,
there's a big market,
like a wide market that we wouldn't have to push that as hard. I think it would sell itself. I could be completely wrong, but
Yeah, I mean, we could always talk more to Melanie about that.
yeah. Well, that's actually what I was thinking is we would, I don't know if, I don't know, I haven't even talked to her about this, but the idea is that we could just sell it to her and then she could make the tallow. And we could maybe partner with it in how we sell it, something like that. I don't know if she'd be open to that, but that's something.
Yeah, it's a conversation worth having.
Yeah. Yeah. So there is one more here that I saved for last that I have starred as what I'm considering to be a main revenue driver for the farm, and that is the YouTube channel, aka Uncompromised. Even though it is it's not bringing us any money at all, and it won't for a while. But I think I have so much potential in what could be this YouTube channel, and I think that the potential could lead us to this being a big revenue source for us. So there's like not just the YouTube monetization, which from what I understand is also not the biggest part of it.
No.
It really comes from the affiliate links and maybe merch sales, which I think I would be more interested in that side of it anyway, especially the merch sales, which we do already have like an online shop set up for other reasons. And a lot of this is just for other reasons, and then we can easily incorporate it into the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And one of those is the online shop. So I do have a background in like t-shirt printing and stuff like that. So I have it so that we're using online distributors so that there's no input on our end other than actually designing and putting it up on the website, and then they kind of handle and facilitate the order.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool to bring it all into house.
Yeah, I mean, one day I
But
think.
then you'd be outsourcing help and stuff.
Yeah, there's ways to do it. I think. I mean, once we get there, that's one of those things. Those bridges we'll have to cross once we get there.
Nowhere near even looking at that bridge yet.
Yeah, I know. Well, that seems to be the case with a lot of this, but that's really the roadmap to how we want to become profitable on this farm. And I think there's a lot of potential here. There's definitely a lot we need to figure out, but that's the bulk of it.
Yeah.
And there's so much more detail that we have not even gone into, and how a lot of these things seem separately, how they seem separate, but they end up tying together in ways that we haven't really discussed yet. But they become more obvious as we
there's also
mature the business a little bit.
More in here that's not on your list that we've talked about livestock wise.
Oh yeah, like what?
I mean, turkeys is a big one.
Oh yeah, turkeys and
is
rabbits.
a huge one that we haven't talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be able to do turkeys around Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yep.
Be able to have those available would be phenomenal.
But I mean, that's another one that we haven't. I mean, we have zero experience with turkeys.
Yeah.
So we have to learn that.
We have zero experience with everything when we started, so
Yeah.
why not give it a try?
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Motto of the farm. There's a lot of them.
And we're going to make all the mistakes, and then we're going to announce it to you guys so that you don't make them when you dabble into it.
Or you can just heckle us, and that's fine too.
The other one, I guess another one that we didn't talk about was we've juggled with the idea of an online farmers market.
Yeah.
We tried an in-person farmers market at one point last year or 2 years ago, and it didn't work out for reasons that surprised me and that I didn't foresee. The reason it didn't work out wasn't because of a lack of customers that were interested in it. It was a lack of vendors that were willing to participate in it.
Well, and we were being picky because we want a farmer's market, not a craft fair.
Yeah.
No offense to anybody who does crafts and stuff, but because, I mean, my mom's big into craft markets, stuff like that, but there's...
Yeah, we wanted like a
genuine. I want a true farmers market.
A genuine farmers market where people can
come
again
all of it.
A big part, like a thing that I'm really trying to do here is bridge the gap between consumers
and
farmers and our food producers.
Yeah.
And bridge that gap. And I think an in-person farmers market was a good learning experience. I always think about how we can shift that idea and do an online version of the
E-commerce
farmers,
version?
an e-commerce.
See, to me, so the only thing I don't like about that, I love the idea about it. The only thing I dislike about it is you're missing the relationship part between farmer and customer by doing e-commerce.
Yeah,
And I get not everybody wants that relationship. I get that.
right.
But I think that is something that is missing from the food buying, food eating, food. Like,
True.
it's part of our life.
Yeah.
To be able to have a relationship and know
Well,
who is growing your food is
That's 100%
huge.
true, and I agree with that. You could make the argument that it's if you started the relationship online and then introduced
Online
the
dating.
consumer similar to that. That's the next on the list is online farmers dating.
Date your farmer.
No, you could. I mean, if you facilitate that connection and then they could then build
Right.
that relationship later on. I mean, you're introducing them to a farmer that they weren't introduced before, or they didn't know how to get in touch with them.
Right.
Vice
Oh.
versa. But
I see that there's a value.
and it's unfortunately it's the way the world is right now. Everything happens online first. And
Yeah.
Then,
So, all right. How you feeling about this?
You mean the podcast in general or
No,
the
like
revenue?
both.
Good. I feel good about it. I think the thing that, and this is an answer to both questions, is the thing that I'm always concerned about is just the lack of time, the lack of
Hours in the day.
hours in the day. Because if I had more time, that's really that's why I haven't even started the online market, is because I just don't have time to build it out on the website.
Just quit your job.
But if I had the time to do it, that would be high up on my list, and I think we would have more time to grow and experience. a lot of these.
Quit your job. Move back home.
It's that
Sell
easy,
your
huh?
house. It'll be fine.
All right, don't take advice from Kevin.
I've been known to give stellar advice.
That's a wrap for this week. We'll come back next week and we'll talk about
Hopefully.
more about our foray into the word I can't say, into poultry and broilers and how we're selling
Broiler
that and how
sales.
that's doing, as well as other things. So stick around for that, and
Noggin.
don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. In the meantime, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks.
All right. I've had to pee for like a good